in terms of policy. But let's say you have James and a side and Atachia on one side. Now say 3 signs, and the 3 say we won't sign. Apply. It means there is no report. There is, I mean, I've seen situations like that. I will tell you, I've seen situations like that at University of Ghana, where a committee was constituted to investigate something, and eventually there was no report. Because the committee members, some of them refused to sign. So mine is that to have him jump from one radio station to the other and say that Mesani and act like Nasan. I'm asking that you think that James Agaga, the lady who is the senior police officer who retired to be a member of parliament, Tuobu, and all the kukudems who you work with in the committee, they will fold their arm and watch you. So why were they there? Were they just there as observers, or they were there to accompany you so that they will say the thing has been garnished? So as far as I'm concerned, Minia, I think that the chairman of the committee, and he started, with the institute, you have been put together to investigate something. What's also about the investigative? I mean, what's the?
Me that say, and come on, you know, not your shop can say some of the committee members, and Yene Urian for Gaga, a sense or no, Yatis or Wakasafa home. Said ni bedin ko no try se benyo yan for attach ya sent to me and canonanka what you mean ni edin ko makakra nti ona bo de wa me MP nso nti anopai se wo hwe na se kwan da mu a na eni ko makakra edu ba bi a aya na me pese ade no you see opani focus o se sade bi ani nsam a enwa nsam akoda ntiti nsachi yes say nti no same no de bi am kai sanka be ya ankan sam bi say ba mo amoye mpanifo bi adwumadie no ehye mo nsa na mo naka motumi aba ebi ase na mpesa be kire enso ebi ante sa dia mo mienfa nto de nanka mane amatumi akose de sei sikọ na mo anko ba ne sa na kwa ese bi a speculations obi a de na dwenbu bibi a wo be ka no kure no a ebeye den se ne pa beje di wahu entira na me ka sanka be ya ka yehwe na ka yemu nanka entumi tuture mane nkose de sei ekono Ben mama mouse na mimisa say sasemi na a very serious issue pa ema oman no bottle ewo baby it's about our internal security and anya hwe kura anya bibi enye ne pehunu bi accept pani a wono na oda police fo nyina no Ghana ha no ena ono ani police fo mpanifo bi kasa dia fa no ho etina se sasem no ehu kakra ye beka ne sa and at committee nyina the proceedings na si bepim de ye hwe concern report no beba dem recommendation na me da bia na me ka say be bia na hia me pa ye recommendation no se na be ya o kire bia tisa ne bi nkonkosi bio e na bibia eliki ye na kenkan recommendation no so ya kenkan se mo recommendation a e ba wo leaked report no mu e de se de si e kan nyina kwansi committee chairman say some of the committee members say we just at the end of the day the report will be back na say bia chairman no and so be back say this is the final reporter question mark be man crofage no mo
Dr. Bra me sada asibium Ghana ayakore be yedi
be yedi so kakra
what you hear what
no but kasa bi okan me no I think that yes you know enye ne kakra mu ni o de kakra bi kan what happened was very treasonous for us to have senior police officers so mo gange up so mo ye den o say omo pese omo tu omo senior officer like omo IGP and sometimes even over baby omo kodi omo nkomo na then you ask yourself how our police system is, how most of these officers think, because that man bugrina bo respectfully ni yesrem ni ntimi bu panyini respectfully me did not need a man with terms wonyini but in terms of our police architecture ni role be na play. Is he the president? Is he the appointor? Say ubenya senior officers.
Bro, when you are desperate, when you are desperate, when you are desperate, and let's say you are the MD of a company, now say why you be and now say you are so desperate, one here you begin to confide in your gate man. Because a gate man in your papa, you begin to confide in people who might not be able to help you. Usually, it's something I tell people that never be desperate. The moment you are desperate, you lose your mind.
Okay.
And it is out of desperation.
Okay.
Now, tape are leaky. Whether leaked by the man or leaked by someone are leaky. They are set a parliament.
Committee.
A bipartisan committee. So you share case based on national interest. Say on my num punto ni ne kan continue na yen kan asem no on my dim. Then this bipartisan committee becomes a pro-partisan committee where Atacha and the team, every say MPP4, and the perception out there is that COP, and even it's not a perception because he's contesting.
Oh, he's contesting.
The man is an MPP member, and because he's an MPP member, he's protecting him. The NDC on the other side say, no, he's also an MPP member. Yes, we uncle. So at the end of the day, you don't get the national dialogue around some of these or the national consensus building around some of these things. Now, the saddest part for me is the leak of the report. Who leaked it? Until I'm say, "Ebe ye my yanka report no say wave recommendation." No, I'm not interested in recommendation. No, but how did it leak? If it is the report, how did it leak? A then bar out. Why not the bar out? Didn't any part of the bar out? That is more even very treasonous than even the COP no kokain. Because any document until say paper out no must have some bit of secrecy. And then also chire muna muye majuma no more conscious levels mo di ye adwuma no in the name of national interest. Until senior Bonai security person. Most of the time meetings be what we call the Chatham House rules.
Yeah.
What is said there remains there. Some of the things President Ete, some of the things former President Ate, even some of the things His Excellency as an ambassador to India Wati. So Kaso Okaniha, I'm sure couldn't be shit.
They say sometimes cabinet meetings they be free waka no. They Wati no.
Yeah.
You don't say it anywhere because you take responsibility for
whatever that happens. Inti adentina committee akotenase. Na committee actually report. Na say no crisis report ne ba out e den ba out. I think people should be sanctioned for this.
Well, but maybe the other say the chairman did not even meet his committee members before he started talking.
Why make his statement in every intimate men comments and Mr. Ben? Yeah, can okay, I don't know. Ghana has reported
presidential leak, and it will always
leak. Head must rule, fine. Say no, head in rule yet. Report no mun sem. Any committee chairman kasi, member so kasi,
vice chairman.
Vice kasi. It what kind of information that they might outsiders and say I don't know no obi person or scheme committee no report no to suit obi interest and now so say report na aba no obi so yi bibi dey frimu e dey suit obi interest. What is it?
No, the conclusion is that even the committee also needs an investigation. No, the conclusion no. Committee also needs another committee
to investigate them.
Yes. No, because we had the corner. And I'm making a catch say instead of the committee ni be thinking in the national interest. Omoko hono. Omo partisan interest na ko. Hono Atacha is protecting Menka say he is, but maybe. Maybe.
But you saw him. Let me help you. In one of the sittings, when the man almost said, "I am a card-bearing member," I said, "Don't worry."
Sometimes you have to be careful.
Yes.
Maybe protecting COP Alex because or any party member.
Maybe
because the party members idea, your conclusion or MPP ni because he's going to contest. So maybe shielding him. But if you are shielding him, is that the best way? Assuming say what shielding now. Is that the best way for national cohesion and national development?
No.
What you are telling the old catcher junior staff no most say that you to be gangi against IGP. And psychologically, you are putting them in that particular format. Say, who defend who could gangi against IGP krana politicians be defend.
They defend.
And that is very bad aspect of your development. Maybe say, Chroma ebe ye die. Acha komna, like sometimes ebe ye. Say yen to me nya one day bi na yenka say, you were people of conscience, people of patriotism, people of national orientation. So mo kotina committee so the committee report beba national oriented, very patriotic report than partisan report. Because who tie the ekosu ya minia. And here report beba no. The eka no nyema be film. Because one thing is that if the report comes out, that's a very genuine. COPLS cannot contest the election. He's contesting.
No, he can't.
He can't.
It's a matter of fact.
There be a matter of facts. For now, you to make us a report tonight, leaking and then.
No.
If say
a genuine. That's in the interest of state.
And
COPLS ultimately contest election.
And for now, you to make us say.
No, listen to his statement again.
Mr. Wakinkan statement.
No, okay,
if.
Can you repeat your statement again?
If. Say
if say report ebeba in the national interest.
That's what
not very genuine.
Thank you.
Very bipartisan approach that builds national development, national security, national cohesion. COPLS cannot contest the election.
That make us say if
conditional. But what I know is that report remember
so what he's saying is that portion could be might not be added.
But
if it has to be in the national interest,
for now, see. Yen nyina kan recommendation na woman bi. Recommendation woman no, the oma kasa sese ye nyina no. Sa witnesses ye woman nyina no, wo mo so chefa wom.
Yeah.
Enti no sese ye tumi kasa se no kresa ye no kre ye nim. Enti se koba sa foforo bi kokoba. Na se de ye wo ha no animu a, ehwa na comparison no. Yare beto to
okay.
Na fie hu se de bi sia kwa na
fa se eno se ebeba na nukremu a se we yabai me fa se me mpese me de we be kasa because we no yenji ntumu se but se report beba na nukremu a COPLS won't contest election. That is one. Now the second part no krani say why the delayance in publishing the report. I didn't know chesa.
Speaker Momo 1 month.
1 month.
So I didn't know it's over 2 months.
Oh, where broker.
I didn't know report na che. What is holding them? So we to publish it.
So there might be more information about
information to me. Information
to be in Casa.
Information. Necessities.
Maybe after that, in camera, so the
but whatever that may be, I think that it was a report to the bar and send the MPPI in the primaries.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
The report should come out before 27.
I agree.
So that say a confirmation the idea can be here. That means that we must not allow this man to go to parliament. Because if this man can sabotage an IGP, even the parliament or sabotage democracy obia.
So no do who here as police officer na oka.
No.
Experience when you were no no jina so they ka dia worker. And we see the worker say he is the worst IDP or no for the past 30 years or 20 something years or the police you know. Wababi shia. Inti na bia do ni mu na bia me no me ni.
Sometimes you omosodo to be frank with you. Say who police servicer, senior or security person, senior so they will name but I don't know much. But I know there is a bureaucracy. There's a chain of command.
Yeah.
Right. So only IGP nyadwen kra na there's a channel through which you must communicate your grievances. Me problem kesi pa mediti ha no the channel but senior has confirmed or what the kind mama tia say maybe desperation and money ko bugri na bo. Me problem kesi no what role does Bugri Nabu has to play or have to play? Say and was say your call no ho. Na your report man is IGP we empeno.
And we didn't even know he was recording us.
And we didn't even as a security person
we didn't even know he was recording us.
He even tells you the kind of security we have in Ghana, even if a senior police officer, one of the highest.
Yes.
And to me and detective class say record on abroad meeting one. Then the junior ones ready and they say
he knows. Say you want sophisticated.
The line of questions. No. It's not the mode of recording. It's the line of questions will lead you to know.
The kind of trust maybe you have with somebody in Wahoo. GLGOB didn't. Who can say
that?
2024. We will not allow your speculation.
No. Somebody be on. Ask me why. I feel all of a sudden na some no afase na fase na bakoso afase na no so ba say ti no I didn't go for all of a sudden mu na paisa
and be say me
no so na ekọ
a best intelligent person is a best psychologist.
Obi
also a security person. You have to be a good psychologist. Read body language, right? Read the reasoning of people. Me say me security person. Me ba na record me na me when him crack kakra. Me tell say no, something fishy is happening.
You're fidgeting the way you hold your phone.
For a senior police officer who has gone all through this psychology, intelligence gathering, blah blah, and was sitting, could not detect that a recording was taking place, tells you the kind of policing we do in Ghana. Maybe they considered them because of their height and not because of psychology. But a good psychologist is a good intelligent officer.
Okay.
I was 1 minute
because your
time
is
1 minute. Me say usually because some of us work with the media. Media person bet me afraid. Now or the person is trying to tell you the kind of interview a person or no. Or have you started recording me? You know why I'll ask you? Because we were supposed to have a conversation before you begin to ask me questions. But we are not having a conversation. You are asking me questions. When you listen to the tape, Bugri Nabu was not talking, he was asking questions. So me, if I'm sitting there, I'll ask myself, why are you asking me questions? Because we are supposed to have a conversation. But I say, you are interrogating me. And so that should have been the first red flag. That should have been the first red flag. Any Obi or somebody who has a bit of intelligence. No, I don't have to. I need to be careful because they are not recording.
Because baby opese na asem no kudru.
What tape no?
Me pacho be tie ni nyina. Baby opese na asem kudru no. And I'm trying to listen to some desperation. And I'm trying to listen to Master Boko to Macudro. And you know, Sir Onubisa, some 7 year Brennan. Send a bay and me, I know, may you know, or bet to be named as someone I could be assisted to me. Since the man of quine, I must be son of some. If I say, because maybe Your Excellency. Now, Befa Benson Macocuno. Now, many Cocassim. Now, Benny Bisami, some send a bay or between and so be the master of
so he won't help us to win the election. Yes. How sure are you that he won't help us win the election? It's a so to me who I so to you know. I so to
know. Vice President. Oh, Vice President or more a chief of staff. Vice President's office. Do they have someone like a chief of staff?
He would have someone. I don't know.
But maybe that's a book what that person.
Debbie. But well, they'll come and Peniche Street. And then necessary.
As a man can show the brilliant way the way. Not for the way.
Then I'm partial. I come back 1 month to the chairman after the year.
Also for the brilliant zebra.
By man to do.
Yes, there. I feel. Ye ain't che woman yet. Them devil's advocate, ye ain't che.
Sir.
Oh,
since I say, you know.
Send they and the man. Obi a wages or the company Pokadam.
Let me be sa.
Missa. The man can be an Abiana because in him there be Abiana and I had them no see. Ma, what you can there? Say intelligent person, ordinary intelligent soldier, no police.
Okay.
Say you may answer. A could be fear. Ne cajun come out today. Or that a show we no can say. In the chief circuit there. Sabi bofia normally Ghana hiano nkomojimen. Me start me weje nkomo.
Yes.
I'm a background. Ew, na se mom buru ahwa na wasa di bisam. Na wase Muhammad Jibraba. Aje wahi.
Yeah.
No chede me odem munyansa there.
Yes.
Or record them. No near Fontunchaya. I am happy there. Atachia. Also, while resigning from politics. I'm happy. Because as a lawyer, he has been very successful. As a public figure, he has been a total failure.
Failure, complete.
Now, my memo background there. A kid there, yeah, elections be Waganaha. In the Waka time, Chibacha Ekaya, Waka time, or the Ekaya election in Ma who declare result. And the memenda, Atachia, Okro Court, there, Okaji injunction. No, Tony Luther, Uja for Tony Luther, not Tenebay, not Trim Coco Radio Gold, Koya announcement there. And this lawyer sing na Jambra High Court.
Interesting.
And the made you my baby, Mogdo court no the college.
I see.
And that was Atachia. She Atachia as Minister for Works and Housing. Such a disaster. While for Minister, Nessa Wachi say, what can the back take over for me? Now, me crawling into what the matter to prison. You get them, me crawling into what the matter to prison. What do you do? Yeah, you know what the man, me yara man yen yen HCCB.
Yeah, no problem.
Atachia was giving Sagleme housing estate 75% completed. What happened to it? But what happened to it? Today, Saglame has become what it has become. And one day, somebody has to ask him to account.
Yeah.
The Omanisika, ye de Saglame. Simple, Impocron, Minister Pro, when you put no Wabokronimpa. No one down more there, a minister, or what they make sure the project tonight then, ye. At the same background, okay, yes, the intelligent psychologist be an intelligent person. Background, but what the mass me, may in there. Let the work continue because the contractor will try to call our site. Task nothing go. Let the work continue.
Once you investigate,
then you do your investigation. In the year, Minister Papa, Edwin Manu, Atachia, the press conference. I did not know Yala. And friend that chief director in Obonizi, chief director, why are you? I will jail them.
okay.
I will jail Zibrim. I will jail him. What kind of catch and attack J. Chapter, some break. While I assign the check in me. Ebe Saglema project assign the check in me. Film. No,
Miss Umisana no
Wakasabio. Miss Atachia in public life and has been a total failure. On your president, Gagina or Doriva, it's okay. In some Wakasi or do you $48 million as Minister of Works and Housing. $48 million. Oh no, or you know, she said, Dapa was what did it got him. So I don't know to China. Attaching a crown, no say, Nima. Well, you down the board is some. Nime, it bought you Nima for now. I have village you with Nima. I am happy there. Also, why resign or why retired or on-call parliament because in his life as a public figure, he has been a total failure. I've given the reasons why. you were appointed as a committee chairman. Wanya was sole commissioner as a committee chairman and was given terms of reference.
Thank you.
And Madam Adam Rickey. The committee, that committee, its stay in office after 5 days was superfluous, useless. Committee not them committee no. After 5 days, one publication report or useless.
I did that.
What? What's it? Find out there, taping or authentic. Because you don't know okay. Now whether it's authentic and it was made. On the day of booking out, yes, tape no I know.
BBA Ojitum.
Ojitum. So what else are you there to find out? What else do you have to find out? Alex, the friend Alex Mensah. No, so bad. The first denial in there, oh, that is my voice, but I don't remember I said certain things. Then you confronted him there. So you admit the statement in the Ahmed. After 3 questions, he admitted there, or any voice. And he admitted to the content of it. So what else did TCOP friend then have to tell attaching to say there? First terms of reference, were achieved. Committee with this for nothing. Going on, NP before was strategy be there. Say make that watch your friend Kwesi. Now me repeat there or Kwesi. Watch will tend to Kwesi. And let me explain why. You see, Ken must go committee. Ken must go committee. For the conduct of KT Hammond. Why a committee chairman, chief? Don't know what a committee.
No.
On many occasions, he had a banter with his vice chairperson.
You don't do that. No.
Because
it's sacrilegious. You don't do that.
Approaching was totally unacceptable in academia or even in practice. So, eventually, Furata was a neutrina. No son report about. Furata committee report.
No.
No, that ordaining Minister for Trade and Tourism, Minister of Trade, or that catch within.
In China, also, you import BB and Bagani.
Nesambra, Minister, say obey the marginal. Say, Furata committee, not a misconduct on them, not after that, why your Minister for Trade. Then you know you Ghana India better say, oh, easy. When Adam Bonner speaks on security, I respect the integrity and credibility of what he says. Because we all know that he knows what he's saying.
Correct.
So come to your good friend, your MP Atacha. There. He wanted to assume the same stature to the KT Hammond. But you can't do that with a Gaga.
No, I'm not.
You can't. It's, after the first week of exposure, for me, the committee should have ended. Because all the terms of reference has been established. When he decided, then now he has to defend the party. But that's where the issue started. When evidence was led for the acceptance of denial of DCOP Mensah there or MPP, right? That at that point, it had to take the lawyer of the DCOP to say that, my lord, this is a leading question and I object to it. When I hear them,
yes.
Because the man had a representation. You, the committee chairman,
stopped him from answering.
Stop him from answering.
Is that your work?
So it's going to be recorded there. To this question, the chairman stopped him from answering. Indelible, it will forever be there. You know when, then what they decided to do? They have to nail the IGP. So he was admitting evidence, non-tangential, there. The IGP is the worst IGP. Was that what the committee was there to do? Investigate. Oh, I feel the meeting
also, I got a chance of Alex Mensah scholarship acquire courses in Bumpu at the committee, as if that was part of the terms of reference.
If the meeting will be was that the IGP and the investigation? Was the Ghana Police Service and the investigation? What Atachian failed to appreciate is what Boachi had told you, that he was dealing with a treasonable offense. How would if you say a pair of him national man and pair of him national a pair of him chairman national one IGP one appointing
Mampeni.
So if by your partisan interest you rise, cause a mutiny in the police service, you cause a mutiny in the police service against the certain IGP, and on your Mampeni and appear as be. But at that time, who was the leader of the NPP? And yet, Akufa Noye, leader of the NPP. So how could that man, DCOP Boachi, is it Boachi is called?
Yes,
be more NPP than the president?
Exactly.
Be more NPP than the president. Here, it's a now. Sir, Ukra, yeah. Ukra, evangelist Ukra. Sajun Boni Beniti Motongum. Ukra, Ajun Boni Beniti Motongum. The moment DC Mensa crowd bugin aboho. There. I say, Padino IGP no. Say in it now IGP 2024 election, you will lose. You know what can be?
No, okay.
I ain't talking about it. Some can play no. I say, Padino IGP no. Say, see you tuna. You will lose. That's a condom way. And she say that means the influence peddling on your crime. Influence peddling on your crime. At that point, they saw Nabu's power as a super influence peddler. What do you influence the president? Now a K there. Chief director. Okay,
yeah.
Near an ambassador, beware. Work president in office, ne there. Papa Nkofubi designate or minister of roads and highways war. The president 1 year so I read them video ni bia. Na je. Na ni sije. Chief director na what ho.
In terms of motion
once ebia na make no ebia na say make on te masene once ebia na so
I'm landing on the report.
Okay.
I feel on
Brenit, you were just 10 minutes. I be power and one some kakran so dum so no.
First and foremost, Atachian, why the spokesman of the committee?
No, he's the chairman.
No, but the chairman
make you the spokesperson. No.
Parliament, one more. Public Relations Department. Yeah, them there. Now saying like Chief Justice will rule there. She's against the practice of lawyers. As someone who wants some, no way will make a commentary, and that includes Atachian as a lawyer. I don't know who I'm making. Ako committee. Ashadala election. Because you attempted to investigate the police service, which was not on trial. And you are more kind. IGP are more kind. The police service was not on trial. As to whether the IGP was the worst or not, is not the issue
The same material.
But you know, Atacha was going there. He was traveling there.
Oh, he almost got there.
And Agaga, being the former deputy minister for Interior, stopped him. Say, "Oh my me, who knows wada? Can a come to one boom? Atacha, report your bay." As in June to.
Yes, sir.
Na a inumala wadu mention. I don't know about TV mom tribute. Dame a committee report. Over TV mom tribute. Inchi, you share report the crack. Ma was that bay my touches on your query? Yes, report the crap.
Yɛde bɛsi hɔ
masa
meda se ɛnti yɛtwɛn yɛhwɛ wo sɛ madu ɛnti yɛtɛw yɛnya tam nka ɛyi ho asɛm bio yɛmra power no so ne yɛhwɛ mo mi to the camera ne microphone no ma me
yɛnkɔ security issue to the
ayɛsɛ yɛwɔ 10 minutes pɛ na saying can you answer one aye konabra and say say ye de wapkufo no ka enti enra na nene nansa and I think the deputy minister of energy Ejapamesa say ye da ye na sisi ka say no aban bibia antino bibia who na what that sector no I am pass intermittent power outage no ka ye de na kasa ne ye ka ye de yetumi atua wie nti se ye da ye na se wobetumi ama best ma be num a kire me mam kakra ho
Oda no say no Oda man because I think the future is more quite the future no very even more deadly or very dangerous than the atuyen because I don't or dum so say DB or the man nibia no
dum CC
ejina nema mienu pe one is that a cow industry and the second part is that because of say canoe community no there are some technical inefficiencies because infrastructure the transmit nyinam kane na produce kra no be obsolete yentua sika ne ma grid co ntino ama nne no your system no either grid co will have intermittent outages and a fault I be my kodum so unannounced and I say IPPs no ne other power sector service providers no almost on be threaten a buying say a buying into your moka and I think recently no one who say kasa a buying tea and he say you be threaten WAPCO has done it or we need a sogle yes 60 million and they say omunyina who say kana buying there almost 1.6 to 2 billion dollars no and yes it is so 2 billion dollars no they are kasa buying tea kese and he say you be threaten no so WAPCO are threatening 19 million dollars wanya almost 80 million rand na me so mutu 10 million no nya me information from the Bank of Ghana so mutu 10 million dollars rand e dey akoka other 3 million na ebi so akoka ho which is 6 million that's all 6 million no enye kafoforo e kan besan beka ho nti o ma hu say kasa aban etie e threat no se say no mo bekoso
so wonya aban no aduro
nti abribia nti so obi ka say wa solve problem 100% enye no kre this month we may be safe but what could na di kan anhwa na asoglen so next week on so threaten anhwa na car power threaten anhwa na fence AXA are threaten anhwa na BXC are threaten nti all the IPPs no twen say ye hu say aban approach a or the betua e kan ye threat na de omso mbe start a threaten na dumso nti dumso is going to live with us maybe enye long say bia 2050 year observe me 6 months I demusa no but month bia no eden a o kan ya bedum eden because stress will keep on coming until the sector debt are cleared
ye betumi clear
oh
e ka ye de ka say
edoso na make say utie IPPs ne other power sector service providers IPPs are just the power producers but the other power sector service providers are omoye maybe transporters right omoka ukani nyina boma almost $2 billion that's both historical or legacy debt different legacy debt no and recurrent debt can you be so a broker home but the saddest part I am from common kono the collapse of state-owned entities within the power sector
minor
companies because IPPs no there because of some ankra business no obutumi push aban je omusika VR intimi push aban engine sika nti o collapse The infrastructure is becoming obsolete. Aban into escamano. Over Greco infrastructure obsolete. Aban into escamano. Ghana National Gas Company Limited. They had to take their workers in December to come out. Say aban the omoka aban into ya.
Yeah, Ghana Gas.
Ghana Gas. Inti wohwe aban companies no more power sector ni nyina na. Aban car ordinary into ya. Inti they are not even able to retool the infrastructure. Omo capital expenditure nearly zero. Omo ntimi fa biambam. Nti ye problem no eson se ne yehu nti se eja poma sa ka se twamu a enye no kre we are continue dum so ne beba amman free IPPs no and as a power sector service provided the private ones na amman free mo a Greco de be maye because Greco transmission lines say the last time enya upgrade was sponsored by the French France for any best support 2 year sa 330 voltage kilovolts or they call Ashanti region by the French in the northern part from Kintampo going is by the French and I say so they are not even investing in our electric sector ya yesi kana yeje no yemfa nko but areho semba kwa me de betwa to on say sometimes they think Minister of Energy no any Minister of Finance agree say sika eto ene be my solve problem no eto solve problem no and so what here first somebody can say the automatic adjustment formula every quarter PRC and share all the indicators na onset tariff mayen omo who say no edwaman so fa ngobo no ayefo omo who say seed na ay stable and these are key determinants of tariffs in Ghana they so omo ntumi share PRC say to enyinam kania bomu nti omo de kofa VAT abe increase tariff but you see the VAT system in its normal sense in any economic policy is a progressive tax format. But in this current dispensation within our power sector, no, one year a very regressive. Because all taking lifeline users of 30 kilowatts and below, not only core residential users of above 30 kilowatts are. Most of the compound houses are all chrome no. Omo use single meters.
Yeah.
And I hear for the team. Because omo here for use single meters no, they may consume more than the lifeline.
Exactly.
And they are those you are going to charge.
You even consume double.
And we move to the next.
Yes, into omona obe target omo matua sa esika no. Esika for no montua. So the VAT system on electricity in Ghana is very regressive.
Omo crash share solar na there.
Yes, it's very very regressive.
Power no about don't
it's very regressive. And the problem is not about the revenue you are mobilizing.
The problem
is one, good corporate governance at the state-owned entities. One is that say core energy sector in terms of employment they are overstaffed. ECG is overstaffed. Netco is overstaffed, which I think that we need to critically look at. Apart from say being overstaffed, in terms of revenue allocation and appropriation, in terms of managerial efficiencies, ECG is nearly zero. What am I more example? Say be a here. My yanka say be a outage be a basis here. Problem be a ba. For ECG, it's likely to take ECG 6 hours before they get here.
Yeah.
Who the BDA? What's the say BDA na go abro no? What's the say colport now de abro be me ensa to so. Sa BDA na o de toto abro me ensa no. Sa BDA no betima toto abro 9 ananum. So when they produce the electricity from the generators, omu say omu produce ema wo de atoto abronum. Sa na omu no. Ndi say eba na wantimi amfa atoto abronum no, na wo de atoto abrom yensa. Omu je omu abronum sika.
Okay.
So that's the generation. Okay. So omu generated the amount say this is the demand we think you are going to consume. If ECG antimi amayan consume a abeyeka because we don't generate the amount.
No, conventional by family consume.
One, the consumption is that it was say omo obi bia na ohia light na onya ntem. Say fault to bus system no mu a it was to ultimately resolve in ntem because nipa na consume energy na it is going wastage. So why you no say we no obi bia so a odika system no mu it was so madi timitua. So ECG has both managerial inefficiencies and technical inefficiencies are uncorrected. And no why you say we know then you go to some of the contracts we sign, whether gas contract, whether power purchase agreement, whatever contracts most of these politicians go and sign contract to the disadvantage of state.
You to abrogate those contracts, no?
masa contract be a work sign all the clause be a shame say abrogate here and that be make say electricity and power is not like going to buy tomatoes on the market. Because before you sign contract, nipa the infrastructure biba.
Exactly.
This also terminate contract now. Ni sika na investment ni na aboka obetia.
Enye bi na yen consular building na UK.
Yeah.
Omoji every
year. And electricity is not like tomatoes or maybe atadwe our cotton no kwan ho. You sign pre-investment contract with these people say Fabra no producer metal. Okay. This is now kasa who terminate here. Abeye or Maika. Now lastly I me be kan say I think that on my Ghana say you say dum so ne enti ho asem yi a we must prioritize the energy sector. I think this particular government has not prioritized as on fa ho. On fa ho the ekopsu bia no on fa ho eba oso no kakra. And even ECG itself, your model be a friend cash waterfall model. You say your legacy debt e kadada. Eno de yem fanka ho. But e kafufuro na eba no. E wo say sika bia ECG beji bosumi bia no. Oyi ne cost free mu any other sources of revenue apart from tariff electricity waton na. E wo so appropriate ano allocate sika no to level A power sector service providers and level B. Minua ECG sika na. And away as at August na president no cry interacting ECG say sika ne ba me so chema omu nyina. ECG sika no watena so. O chema level A for na level B for no chema omu. Enyame na make PRC na eka. So even their new debts that are coming up.
Nitia na bibi ohobi.
Ontia. Samuel and his team there are not paying the level B debt, recurrent debt. Inti kafu fro e bruguo.
Yes, scan yen munya na wai.
They use it for other priority activities.
Unim ya bre no sa ankesi di komo osase mu kwa chire panti we di madaroma se mo beti ase ama me a me mam 2 minutes pe me pam cho se de be ya ye ta wona ekọ na so tie be san ba anti host frɛ and then the other host
Your Excellency
anti
how you ask my lawyer
anti
also my 2 minutes
2 minutes you be
okay
simple
okay me dance
ene boache
Ben Benjamin Insia
boache mi senior
gosia so wo din tro na wo safwa yira wo da bontion so we unim
yeah.
As for Jumsoni there ya settle say there was no plan to be a Muhammad Goodnum ekus switch here and now Jumsoni buy it started from Rolling Starman and back far Kofona ya ditresa and buy but e kodi baby a Japan me say yala and yet generation problem a yes financial problem a Japan me say kuyalo 2016 time what decided what did doom so what the buy campaign a Japan me say kuyala and essentially your generation problem and your financial problem Ben
a very big one
2016 the MPP led by Japan Mesa and now in what in the to PDS and let me tell you what has happened when Muhammad said he was going to solve the Dumso no they damn plants in Yakin na the bay Pazamboa or the plants in the bay now or the plant in the bay by January 2017 there was no Dumso schedule in Ghana. So, American government said, "Oh, Ghana for my idea. The most important electricity system. No, the moment come with a distribution. Ben Mboa.
Yeah.
Moment come with a distribution.
Under the MCA.
Under the MCA. The MCA no 500 and something million.
Yeah.
I don't know what Baumia yala. Wow, just Baumia yala. Baumia. Instead of a guarantee with bank guarantee no. Okay, an insurance guarantee ma sike already here Chief. Baumia like a bank guarantee, insurance guarantee ma don't PDS is can already here. America say what's it? 1 year up 1.5 billion or that was a PDS of no a Japan account. na ya no sabi yabi we are a what sovereign country. America can take their money no waka and America will draw compact sika ba 500 million ya hwar
oko
sabi yabi a Japan $1 or kasa you bawumie wa jafo bawumie ono kaye ayi offend na insurance guarantee sort of bank guarantee akut uyefra akut and obey they are better persons Ameri ben akaya Ameri what the politics Katie Hammond yala akotanship in Nigeria akotanship in one physical number no begina Ameri do bebe na oda akufo do suma akoyo so PMTD PMPD one family
lawyer
Addison chief one smanam wako alkutu hwan Ameri one plane not them cry Ameri funa wo tue ezibano wo kwezi Ameri funa wo tue hotel wo dem Ameri funa wo tue wo cry by ya deal was there onya mahama kasa ne dream won ti bi dem model won kono kasa wa bese no kura ne fi wo bay wa samu yin there mahama cost over capacity no what the bof one legacy debt e dem bia
yeah
ben I won know industry nim e tena kwakacha won there mahama ne plants na other ben wondu mu group 20 minutes they be have some obese Ghana
okay
Pocho mami
but
no excellence Kodo
30 seconds na your time no
chief MPP Ben how many contracts and was signed on pay or take
Recent times I think they've signed over 3
pay or take next one on you know now my address is my overcapacity if you just man solve a problem my exams my pass 60% and then we are the headmaster will also some one choice exam be
next week be this as a komo papa
energy sector dem of watch can on ya the politics because as somebody yenyim na kawon wa bo send ba wo mia no ka PDS me gba kawon e kawon abeto because you know that you started ESLA energy sector levy chief ana mi da go exam
oni ampa
you find so kawon you ja over $300 million e wo ESLA nim we ji zika ni na la mo di biso abeka ho dem sika na wodi kesa ahorwan energy sector levy sika na wodi kesa ahorwan sika na wan dem na to
next week yebedi sasemu nkomo ye papa ene de mon ka me ho na yfa sida ma Dr. Adam Bona o se on kasa amfa ho bi
man ka dem
yebre ni 2 minutes because other programs so
2 minutes 1 minute we go back to the leaked report and that is one more call you can say the only we are a course in camera say the officers now initial so meeting bugri na bono afi dey under oath no almost sign by the videos na chom sign be opinion say afi don meeting no and that is where the perjury is coming from. Now we go to PDS, so I just wanted to clarify that. Now we go to Yakanisen, sorry,
energy sector no
energy sector. There is doom so obi obeka say doom so no ho no bia unte Ghana
intermittent power
outage. How do you call it? Say doom and so
intermittent
because so me ram them na say me doom lighter
me
ram them na say me doom lighter doom me so amaso. So if the thing on its own wow but pra neko. And so these days you just have to be careful. Yes, man, we do doom fridges now. That's all the power guards protected your man. So there is doom. So maybe the say you see, we should implement for no money very candid. Ghana for said the bear expectations then conquer
high
okay. Because how can say dum so ni ho na yin nyina nso enim say enche obere na you say togo afede ni nkofo no asogle na omo charge na we are charge na am 2 million and 3 million
a group of Mahama na kopeche wo
aha I see nansen ya
Mahama na kopeche
nansen ya
lo bodum na also bodum what threatening Mahama no kopeche
sir
asogri
yes only the answer
Mahama ati na hwe
okay so you see there is obian hwe na yan ka nokore die no I think it's so low yan hwe na because dum so no affect obia we to about won to aba we NDC we MPP PPP CPP any movement here be new force baby a ugina bia no uka hu bi and so for me I think say my brother Japamesa only a bit circumspect because the ecoso no sometimes bro imagine I'm not too sure what is going on but I do believe say so the kana say wuntu akana nipa na ade ne de no sabi obedu no and that is what we are saying so omunye very candid because we are by and on him said during raining season and so sometimes you have serious you can say power issues because over now we kwa and all kind most of our power generation how to carry the transmission no most of them are a week and you are not paying them we are not investing into the sector once we are not doing that you don't expect anything good to come out of it so for me for some more kind of
no okay that's
you bought a ball
that's a pie
catch on the ball
born never should be pa you be share portina na you boy there na opening ceremony and opening match na say na Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea
and
China so oche nwumre na otwe na Ghana ye be boy there na nti meda bedwafo ase papa Benjamin Nsia aye obi a wabe wo fan wo niskase mu entutie mu humasua so wabe wo moye all round nkomsheni ohye nkom bibire ni nyina ba mu sa na next week obasan abesan sa energy issues no yanka no bibire ye bewura mu pamile se biru sa bre no nyafo mesan so bebi obi ano na fi your man won ye transnet to adwini say ya ni nyina aka bongo edi ndia bo edi ba de on the day no na ya bono eboa na fi ye de push mo ma na kodanim anu betumi aboa na ye wadwini se be de menye bi mebu afu a obo befu so be wiase no obesan ba abebe solve problem na obufu ye no a uja ho no be ko baba na ye double na be solve nka otenase na solve na nka 1 nti enye ne sam ntumi mu a you service some PL so beda na se na Dr. Adam Bona so madana se na mo no ena no pay ma me fa asida PSC Emma this way chocolate drink and then coffee drink na fi bi so akwa ama special so no special drink need fufu need tabe kwan and also e bi come na papa na asida kese so akọ ade ama brema ayawa so landlords association B yes enra na mo inaugurate ye na chairman any organizer enti organizer Munkaila that's right enti say Ewurade Nyankopon brema ayawa so landlord association B no Munkaila organizer na chairman ne adeji eba mu nyina mo ni ntirinkwa munka mu na mo develop bibia mo no na honya fefefe enti we ye ho no mo PTA okay asida akwa wie no ma me fa sa ho kwan na me fa happy birthday Emma Sheila Broja awo amasamai gifty kabuki semen kancho so happy birthday and na fa mi nua baba ko the sama me no me dachi bia be president a me minister of education Aaron Ampau wono and headmistress da Boase Senior High Technical School. I'm telling you say one day some many year ho no yes am kutu wouldn't say a full hundreds of hectares abe and cambe ko hundreds of work obao or headmistress edema da Boase Senior High Technical School na so oba to me say na other headmasters aboya member no mo wahin anyway the besia they ada Boase na energy sector ansem no be say bisa say bibio say ECG yesika ekoto power wo mo gye no ekọ ECG account mu ana yesika yekoto power yetua no sika no ECG ho na yekoto no enti ese ekọ ECG account mu enti me bisa say yesika ye de top power no ECG account mu na ekọ ana say ɛkɔ account foforɔ bi mu yɛde bɛsia adomdom yɛ ne a dasɛnɛ yɛbɛsɛn aba yɛakra mo
yo wait there asan one thing ade ɛkɔ account mu ana